D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I saw Snake Eyes, and I want to tell you guys my thoughts about it. But before I get started on my review, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithms, and small channels like mine usually get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So I just want to get started on this review. This movie is directed by Robert Schwenk. I don't know how to say his name. I have no idea how to say his name. Anyway, his last name. And it stars Henry Golding, Andrew Koji, Ursula Corbero, Samara Weaving, and Aiko Oasis. Oasis? I don't know how to say that either, among others. And the premise for this movie is a tempestuous loner who is welcomed into an ancient Japanese clan called the Ashikage after saving the life of their apparent heir. Now, I have to say, before I get started on actually reviewing this movie, as far as fandom goes, I liked GI Joe, the original stuff. Okay, the real American hero. Now, I liked the TV show. I actually own all of it on DVD. I know, right? And and I liked the animated movie and everything. And I believe that when it comes to fandoms, there's levels or tiers or however you want to put it. And so for me, my level of fandom was I had action figures when I was a kid and everything. And then I did read some of the comic books, and then I did own the original TV show on DVD, and then I owned that movie, which is so good, the animated movie. And then I did see the two live action movies. I saw the first one in the movie theater, and I didn't see the second one in the movie theater. And then so that's my level of fandom. So I know pretty good chunk of GI Joe and everything. But there might be somebody that's like higher up, and there might be somebody that this is their first introduction to GI Joe. So that's my level of fandom in this and everything. To get ready for this, I didn't go back and watch any of the TV show episodes and everything, but I did watch that movie that I was just talking about, where there's like the Cobra and you hear about their origins of Shangri-La and everything. Very cool. And they introduced my favorite character, which is Jinx, in that movie. I love Jinx. She's like a ninja, but she's like a red ninja and everything. I loved her when I was a kid. I still love her now. They actually didn't do a bad job introducing her into that last live action movie. She just didn't have anything to do, really. Anyways, so my thoughts before going to see this movie is I didn't think it looked that great. Like I wasn't like, oh, and everything. I didn't care that they picked Henry Golding to play Snake Eyes in the comic books, and in the TV show, he's a white guy with blonde hair, blue eyes, and everything. It kind of plays into the story of it, and it kind of changed it a little bit, but I wasn't angry about it. I just wish they hadn't picked Henry Golding, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But going in, I was just like, whatever. Now, I did see this I saw this at the last showing. It was like, I think 9:30. Maybe that wasn't the last showing, but I saw it later at night and everything. When I got out, I was ready to go to bed because I was like, oh, this was boring. But went and seen it. I had a little bit of problems in the movie theater because there were some teenagers there and they were annoying as hell, but it was fine and everything. So I saw it and everything. And now we'll get into my thoughts on it. So I just want to say, as far as the story goes and the plot, I had problems with this. It was very boring. And I want to get into it a little bit more when I talk about the characters individually, but it was boring. I did not like this plot. It was just like the whole time I'm just like, what's going on here? Because this is a lot of stuff that we could have wrapped up real quickly. It just went on way too long, and I'm just like, what's going on here? And that leads me into the characters of this. Now, I'll just get into Snake Eyes right off the bat. Snake Eyes is the villain of this movie. This is the problem that I have with this movie, and I have a problem with a lot of movies like this, so Snake Eyes, his father dies. He is looking for the man that killed his father. To do that, he makes a deal with the bad guy, who is Kenta, and he infiltrates the Ashikage and he's trying to steal this little magical stone that turns people to dust and stuff. And which I don't remember that from any of the lore. So that's probably new to this movie. I don't know. Anyways, so he's going to steal that, and all these people die in this little the Ashikarge. All these people, these ninjas die. They're these innocent people. There's stuff blowing up. That's all his fault. All his fault. And he's just forgiven at the end because he has a change of heart. Get out of here. He has a change of heart, and he's just forgiven, and he's given all this special stuff at the end. And I'm all like, one good deed does not make up for a lifetime of bad deeds. Now, I'm not saying he had a lifetime of bad deeds, but he did some pretty bad stuff. A lot of people got killed, and he's just forgiven for it. Like, you, okay? Plus, Henry Golding, I'm sorry, why are we trying to make Henry Golding happen? He's not that great of an actor. I mean, he's good looking, good for you, but get rid of those good looks and it's just an empty shell. Every time I watch him on screen, I'm all like, okay, could do without this guy. I don't know why we're trying to push him and why we're holding back Andrew Koji. I'm going to talk about him in just 2 seconds, but Henry Golding, he could go away. I'm not going to stand him. I don't think he's talented. I don't like him. Everything I've seen him in, he is mediocre talent at best. So I don't know why everybody loves him so much and why they're trying to push him on us. Like, there are so many Asian actors out there that are way more talented than this guy. I don't get it. And if you like him, tell me why, because I'd love to hear that story. I just don't get it. So then Andrew Koji as Storm Shadow, aka Tommy. I love Andrew Koji. There's a show on HBO Max now called Warrior that he's in, and he's the star of that show. He's fantastic. That show's a good show. I hope they do a season 3 because I like that show a lot. And I didn't watch it until I got HBO Max, and I was all like, well, I'm paying buttloads of money here. I'm going to get what I can out of this show. And I watched it, and I watched it with my wife because I was like, hey, are you interested in this? And she was like, no, she was not interested in it at all. And then we watched it, and she's like, I'm so glad I watched this show. It's so good. It's so good. And Andrew Koji is so good. And he was my favorite part about this movie. I loved him in this movie. He did such a good job. And I felt bad for his character in this movie because his character got the shaft. So he does everything right in this movie. He brings in this guy that betrays him, kills a bunch of his people. And because he uses the stone once, he has a moment, he's a lapse in judgment. He uses the stone once. He is no longer allowed to take over. But yeah, so he uses that stone, which I don't even know why he used that stone. He was all like, "Arr!" And then he blew up that little thing. And I'm all like, he was trying to kill that dude, but I'm all like, why? He like, you could just capture him now. So I don't see why he used the stone. Well, I do, because he needed to, so he could become the bad guy. I did like his line when he was all like, I brought you into this clan, into my family. He's like, you offered me your life. The next time I see you, I will take it. I was like, ooh, Andrew, could you take his life and everything? Oh, and I also want to say, Snake Eyes gets his suit at the end, super obnoxious, but this was an origin story, so I guess it was fine. If they make a sequel, which I'll talk about later, no, I'll talk about that when I talk about the end, because I got that in my notes and everything. But anyway, so Andrew Koji, best part of the movie, my favorite part of the movie. Ursula Cabrero as the Baroness, she did a good job. If they do make a sequel, I want to see more of her. I liked this actress. From what I understand, she's famous in Spain. Good for her. I liked her. I loved her accent. I loved it. I love Spanish. It's like one of my favorite languages. It's so pretty. So when people speak with that accent, it's so and she's very pretty, she's so hot and everything, and she had like her titties all put up and everything, so I liked that and everything. She looked good and she's very hot, so I liked all of that. So I did like her as the Baroness, but they didn't do that much with her, which I kind of got because this wasn't like a GI Joe movie, so I kind of got that, but it just wasn't enough, in my opinion, of the Baroness. Also, Samara Weaving as Scarlet, she did an all right job, but again, they didn't do anything with her, really. She just showed up and she was like an operative for GI Joe, which at the same time I got, but it was like, Scarlet wasn't used very like that great in this movie. Like, it was fine, but it wasn't that great. Aiko Uwais as the Hard Master. I like Aiko Uwais, but I only know him from the Raid and the Raid 2. I liked him as the Hard Master. They didn't follow the comic book origins of this, and if they would have, the Hard Master would have died. But I'm glad he didn't die because I did like him. I liked the fight sequence with the water and the bulls, and he's all like, "You get 4 chances to do it with that," and then like he'd like and everything. And then I did like how he kind of warned him about the giant snakes, which I'll talk about that in just 2 seconds. But I like how he's all like, uh, what's in the hole or whatever, and he's all like, a snake. And everything, and like you thought he was talking about snake eyes and everything, but he wasn't. Oh, I need to talk about that too. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get back to it. Peter Mensa as the blind master did a good job. I like this actor. He should get more work too. I really like him. And I liked him as the blind master. I liked how, he had the blind eyes or whatever. But him and the hard master, I don't think they use them enough in this, which was kind of a bummer. And then of course, I want to talk about, oh no, I didn't write her down. Oh yes, I did. Haruka Abi as Akiko was great. She was great. I don't know what they're doing with her love, if they're doing a love story between her and Snake Eyes, but he ends up with Scarlet in the comic book / the TV show / all that stuff. So I would kind of want to see that. Yeah, she was great. I loved her. I loved her fight sequence. I loved when she was all like, when she was fighting with him and she was like, I'll make a bet with you and everything. That part was really great. And then he was like, he came up behind her and she's like, a win without honor is not a win. And she like pushed his sword away. She's all like, get out of here, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, stop playing games. You're being foolish. I liked her a lot. She was bad ace. And then the bad guy, Takehiro Hira as Kenta, this was a lame bad guy. I could care less. This bad guy was so lame. I mean, I didn't care. Like I was all like, "Oh, you got banished. Oh, it's such a cliche and everything." I was like, "Whatever. I don't care," and everything. I did think that when they went to the more mystical parts of the movie, it kind of was a little bit of a transition. Like the snakes part really was the part that I was just like, you got to be fucking kidding me with this. They were giant snakes and they were like and everything, and I'm all like, okay, I guess so. And then when they were in the woods, I was like, oh, he's gonna die from the giant snakes because he can't block his chi or whatever it was, his I can't remember what it was. He can't have any like emotions or some crap like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was just like, okay, whatever. It's so stupid. And then everybody else did fine as far as the rest of the actors and everything. I like the old lady that played the leader of the Ashikage. She was great. And with her little fans, she's and everything. Okay, so now as far as a sequel goes, if they do a sequel, I don't think they should, but if they do, obviously focus on the GI Joes and Cobra. But Snake Eyes can't talk. That's the thing. Listen, Henry Golding doesn't even need to be in these movies anymore because I don't want him to take his helmet off. He didn't get his suit until the very end, which I'm like, okay, they shouldn't have given him a suit. They should have just been like, you're gone. We don't want you here anymore. You killed a lot of our people, but they didn't, obviously. They should have been like that. So then he went and joined the Joes. But his dad was a Joe. And I'm like, I don't think that was a part of the original comic books or whatever. But I didn't care about that. That part didn't bother me. But if they do make a sequel, Snake Eyes can't be the main focal point and he's got to leave his helmet on. I have a feeling because in the comic books, well, in his original story, he gets into like an accident and he burns his face, and that's why he wears a helmet, and then he ruins his vocal cords, so he can't talk. There was stuff in the comic books where he did talk. I think they fixed his vocal cords and everything, but I don't care. I just don't want him to take off his helmet because that's like a part of the character. Like he doesn't talk and he doesn't take his helmet off. He just, is Snake Eyes, and you send Snake Eyes in when you want to get shit done. And then I do want to see him with Scarlet. That's how it goes down. I mean, like I did like Akiko, but I don't want to see her anymore. Like she's in that little world, and it's obvious she's going to become the leader of the Ashikage At least I thought so. But other than that, I don't want to see unless they have a big battle and they need the Ashikaga to show up and help out. But yeah, and so if they do make a sequel, I don't think they should. I don't think they will. I mean, like, this movie wasn't that great. It was very boring. So in conclusion, like I said, this movie is very boring, and I would suggest not seeing it in theaters. If you're a huge GI Joe fan, I don't know if it's going to do anything for you. If you're not, you might enjoy it. I just thought the action sequences were fine, but not enough for me to like pay for this movie again. I'm not going to buy this movie. I'm not going to go to the theater to see this movie. They got my money once, and that's it. So tell me, what did you guys think about Snake Eyes, GI Joe origin story and everything? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Who was your favorite character? You know it was Andrew Koji. Come on, you know it was. Do you like Henry Golding, or are you like me and you just think he's just like, like so not helpful in anything? But yeah, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next movie review. You guys have a good day. Bye.